Hi S2, I'm just going to talk you through your work for this week. So this week we're looking at bank cards and digital banking systems and just kind of having a little bit better knowledge of how that kind of works and what sort of the terms are from you. Okay, so we've got two sheets that you can do. So we've got 2-4, and this is I can demonstrate my understanding of the benefits and risks of using bank cards and digital payment systems. Okay, so we're just developing our knowledge and understanding about banking and payment systems. Okay, your success criteria for this task is I'm able to identify significant details on a bank card, can research and explain the importance of a sort code and PIN number, and then you can know and explain the difference between a debit and a credit card. Right? So you've got to research and answer the following questions below. Some of it I've put the information in. I've also put little websites in to help you get to the right place if that's what you need to do. You're going to get given a small quiz on Wednesday. Okay, and this is no matter if you do level 2 one or level 3. Okay, this is the same for both of you. You're going to get a small quiz on Wednesday that's about this sort of stuff. So it's important that you do your research over the next couple of days. Your assignment will be due for Sunday, and then you'll get it handed back the following Wednesday. And you're also expected to use your Sumdog account this week, and that's because the week after we're going to be entering the Perth and Kinross competition again and really just trying to compete with all the other schools that are going on. So this week you've got a challenge of getting 200 correct questions in your Sumdog. So the level 2, okay, I'll just talk you through it. So task 1 is about bank cards and being able to recognise the details on a bank card. To get the information off this one, you are really going to have to zoom in. Picture's a wee bit fuzzy, but you should be able to make it out just. Okay. Need to answer the questions below about that bank card there. Okay. So which bank issued the card, what is the name of the person, and then write down the expiry date. Okay. Question 2, pretty much very similar. You've got to write down all the information about these two bank cards. I've put out a wee table in so that you can just nice and neatly pull the numbers off and you can write them in or you can type the tables in. I'm not too bothered which one you want to do. Okay, but the idea is you need to be able to read these two debit cards and be able to tell me the information on them. Okay, task 2 is actually just doing a little bit more research and learning about the card details. So I want you to write a few sentences about each of the following. So you might need to discuss this with someone at home, okay, or use the following websites to find the correct information. If you're struggling with this, remember that's what tutorial time is, so you can come on and have that discussion with me and sort of ask me the questions of what do all these sort of things mean if you still haven't quite figured it out. These two websites are really good for helping you get this information. However, you can use any other websites that you want as long as you find the correct information. Most bank websites will give you the information that you need. So why does each bank need a sort code? Why does each person need an account number? Why should our PIN be a secret and only known to the cardholder? Do you think using a card is better than money? And then how is a credit card different to a debit card? Okay. So that's quite an important one. You need to have a think about it. That's in your success criteria. And then task 3 is some banking terms. So again, using the internet or discuss it at home to find out what each of these terms mean. Okay, so the ATM, what is it? Where'd you find it? An overdraft, direct debit, standing order, and an ISA. And then I've just put your extension tasks down the bottom here as well. Alright. The level 3 one, very similar. Okay, learn intention, still looking at financial terms, but just progressing it a little bit more. So you know and explain the difference between a debit and a credit card, and you can identify the details on them. And you have either new or better knowledge of financial language and terms such as ANAM, overdraft, etc. So again, a lot of research here. I haven't given you any websites. You've got to go away and do the research yourself. However, you could go into level 2 and use those websites. We've talked about the quiz. Alright, so number 1, bank cards. Below is an example of a debit and a credit card. So again, you've got to fill in the information that you see on both of them. And then looking to answer the questions about them. So what does a debit card have that a credit card doesn't? Okay, there's a reason they look different. What is the main difference between the debit and a credit card? Okay, and then what are the benefits of having a credit card? And also, credit cards can be great, but they can also be dangerous if not used properly. So what are the cons of a credit card? And then question 6, we've just got a little bit more research here. So looking at what APR means, and then talking about these 2 credit cards that he's been offered. So an Amex card or an MNBA card. Which one should he choose? Why would he choose that one? And then we're going to have to do just a little bit of maths here. Okay, I'm going to leave you to try and figure that out yourself. If you can't do it, tutorial, come on and ask me and I will speak to you and I will talk you through it. Alright, again, task 2, very similar to the second level ones. Okay, there's a couple that cross over, so per annum, direct debit, standing order, but actually this pushes you on a little bit more. So ISA, what does it stand for, but what is it? I want you to do a little bit more research on it. Why would you want one? Similar overdraft or mortgage, and then BACS. Okay, so what does it stand for? What is it? Looking for a couple of sentences, okay? Don't have to overkill it, but just looking for a little bit more. And then, again, I've put your extension task in. That is some dog, okay? Remember, you've got a challenge set this week, 200 questions, and that's in prep of next week. Again, there's not too much actual calculations going on here. Any calculations that you need to do, you can use a calculator. But really, this is about you doing a little bit of research, a little bit of reading, using your skills and knowledge and understanding to just get a better understanding of what all these financial terms mean. Okay? Again, if you need me